Hi, this is Kathy from Lady Stamp-A-Lot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Chesapeake, Virginia. And today I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's a double stamping card. You can see it's one image, but this part in the middle is popped up. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now this is using the Enjoy the Moment stamp set from Stampin' Up! It's a great set for doing this kind of card because you got lots of different images that all coordinate. And if you saw earlier, this card is one of the 8 cards that I featured on another video using this stamp set where I made a series of 8 different cards. So look out for that video, and at the end I will show you those cards in case you missed that video. But what I'm going to do today is actually make a full-size card. So the note cards are 3.5 by 5, and I'm just going to upgrade it to a full-size, a regular size card, which when folded will be 4.25 by 5.5. So it's really simple to do, and it's kind of a wow card. So let's get started. You're going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock, 3 by 4 inches, and then you're going to need a piece of coordinating cardstock, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and mine is Pretty Peacock. And then you just need a regular card base. I used a white card base. So what I'm going to do is take my basic white 3 by 4. Now I have some removable Tombow adhesive. Stampin' Up! Does not sell this, but you can get this at your local craft store. It's removable, and it won't tear the paper when you tear it apart. So you're going to take this piece, and the best as you can, you're going to center it on the front of the card. And just adhere that down. That's temporarily down there. Now I'm going to start with this Poppy Pod image, and I'm going to use soft suede ink, and I'm going to ink up my image with the soft suede ink. Okay, I'm going to use this full strength depending on how you like your cards. You could do full strength or stamp it off, but I'm going to use full strength, and I'm going to stamp this so that part of the image is on the, I know it's hard to see, but part of the image is going to be on that piece that is cut, and part of it's going to be on the card front itself. And I'm going to, let me put a piece of scrap paper under here so I don't get my blue paper messed up. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this image, again, with part of it on the piece and part of it on the card front. I'm just going to go down and pull it back up. Now, you see that white part where it didn't meet? That's fine because the mat behind it is going to take care of that. Now, the next one I'm going to do is, I'm using my card over here as a guide. I'm going to do this Cajun Craze ink and this stamp. These are all different kinds of seed pods. And I forget what this one is called, but I'm just going to ink that up. This might be a dry pad, so let me ink that up really well. And then I'm going to come over here, and again, I'm going to do it off the side of the card. So some of it's on the card and some of it's on the front, and I see that I got my outline there, but that is what it is. Okay, so now in the center here, I'm going to do this, actually it's a lotus, I believe, a lotus seed pod, and that is Pretty in Peacock ink. So I'm going to, let me put this here. I'm just going to ink up the lotus pod. Let's see if I can do that without getting, I'm going to put that kind of in the middle here. So again, it's on the the piece, and it's on the card front, and it goes off the card as well. All right, while I have this inked up, I like to decorate my envelopes. So you can see over here I did my envelope. So I'm going to pull in my regular size envelope, and I'm going to just set this aside for 1 second. And while I have this color out, I'm just going to stamp. Now I was told, oh man, I'm not doing a good job today. I was told to keep the stamped images over on the left side, because on the right side, the post office uses that sometimes for their tracking and stuff, and you don't want to, they'll stamp on it and they'll cover it up. All right, so back to my card. Let's take the little maple seeds, and we're going to use Bumblebee ink. So I'm going to stamp that up. Now I have been pushing too hard and getting those outlines, so learn from me and not do that. So I'm going to stick one right here, and then I'm going to do another one over here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I will just do it like that. All right, do I want to do any more? I always hate when I do something different and I'm not happy with it later. Or maybe I'll just stick one here, since this is a little bit bigger card than my original card. Now the last, oh, I did use that on the inside of my card. So again, while I have that out, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these on the inside. I just think it adds a little bit of interest when you do the inside and the envelopes. We say no naked envelopes. All right, so let me go back out to the front. Now the last thing I'm going to do is take this little, I don't know what they are, some kind of seeds, and I'm going to use the Crumb Cake ink. And I'm just going to lightly, hopefully, just drop some of those in at different places around the card. I'm going to try to maybe mask some of that mistake there. You know what? I've noticed that a lot of people that don't stamp, they don't realize that's a mistake. They just think that's the way it's supposed to be. So I don't throw it out and start over. I just send it, and when I add the ribbon, it'll probably hide some of that as well. Okay, oh, I forgot to do the word, so let me get out my Pretty Peacock again. And this time I selected the stamp that says friendship is found in simple things. And so I'm going to stamp that up here. So I should know to just press and pick up and not to push. When you push is when you get those lines. Okay, now that all this stamping is done, I'm going to pull this off with that temporary adhesive. It comes right off, and I'm going to glue it now down permanently to the cardstock mat. You could use your Stampin' Seal, whatever kind of tape runner you have. I'm going to use some liquid glue, and I use different things for different reasons. The reason I like this is when you're trying to get a nice even mat all around, the liquid glue helps you to slide it around, so you can do that really nicely without getting it crooked. Okay, so that's matted like that. Now I'm going to take this Bumblebee ribbon, and this is where I'm going to see if I can hide. So what I like to do personally is I don't cut my ribbon. I just wrap it around the card, and then I just pull back as much as I can so I don't waste anything. So I have about as much as I need here, and I try, can you see, I just tie a knot like I'm starting to tie my shoe. And then I do it again. Just tie another knot. It's not a bow. Everybody sees it and gets all, oh, I can't make a bow, but it really is just a knot. So there. And then I really don't waste. So I'm just going to trim it here and trim it here. And that's all that I've wasted of the ribbon. So instead of cutting off and saying how many inches do I need and whatnot, I just wrap it around and have it. See, that's going to be just fine. So now what I'm going to do is bring this back, and this is going to go on top. So you're going to line up your images here to where it's stamped off, and you can see that that mat covers up that white gap that created when I was stamping. So I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on to pop this up. It gives it a much more interesting effect to have it popped up. You wouldn't have to pop it up, but I just think it makes it look more wow when you see that. And of course, I like to put a lot of dimensionals on because I don't want my piece to be flattened. Some people might even do more than that. So let me pull these off quickly, and then we'll be done. We're just going to put this on, and remember, I'm going to show you the other cards if you just wait with me till the end. And I do have a tutorial for all the cards that are in that paper pumpkin box, all the note cards with all the measurements and cutting directions and things. So if you're interested in that, just shoot me an email and I'd be happy to send that to you totally free. And this set wasn't my favorite. I got this for free in our swag bag at convention when we did our online convention in the fall. But I challenged myself to use it, and I was pretty happy with the cards that I came up with. So this is going to go, again, just kind of line up your images and then just press it down. And look at that. Oh gosh, I got that crooked. Well, let me just refold that. Gosh, if anything went wrong today, it sure did. But here we go. Isn't that pretty? And it was really easy to do. Now, let me show you the other cards real quick if you haven't seen them. We're going to start with the cover of the box. That would make a really nice card in itself. But I just decorated the box that way. And then here are the cards that I made. That's just the envelope. Using that stamp set. These are all cut out. There's no dies. I fussy cut them, but it's not that hard to do. And here we go. Isn't that pretty? Crumb cake. There's the maple leaves or the maple seeds, and then this one. And then this one goes, this is the other one. Again, I made it like a note card. So there you go. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll give this a try.